What do you do when you need a resist for a new project? Do you find yourself looking online everywhere and online forums on YouTube to find the right template for the piece you want to felt? Or are you able to draw your templates by yourself? If you're going around the internet looking for the template for the exact piece you want to make, you may be feeling pretty frustrated because first of all, you don't always find it. And many times if you do find it, it's not in the size you need. So today I'd like to suggest that you consider that you can start making your own templates for the pieces you have in mind. I mean, the felt makers who sell the patterns, they make them as well. So there is a way to develop your own resists for your projects. The question is how? And there is in fact a system. If you understand how it works, I'm sure you can start making your own templates. So I'm making a couple of videos to give you an idea of my process, because I make my own templates as well. If I have a piece in mind, I design my own resists. So I'd like to give you an idea of what my process looks like, and I'm going to ask you to stay until the end because I have something to offer you that I'm sure you'll be interested in. Okay, so to start with, I'm going to give you the first steps I take to start developing my resist for a particular project. And my first 5 steps are: step number 1, we create the pattern. In other words, we go from 3D to 2D. Step number 2, we decide which wool type to use and if we want to add decor fibers. Step number 3, we decide how much wool and how many layers to apply. Step number 4, we think about which layout method we want to use. And step number 5, we consider which fulling methods are the best for our piece. So let's pick an example to work on, and then we'll start from step number 1. So I've decided to work on this glass vase because I wanted to show you how we can transfer this bottom part to our template, and also how we can manage to create a felt cover that sits really tightly around the glass vase. So let's go on to drafting our pattern. In other words, let's see how we can go from 3D to 2D. I chose this design to be able to show you how to create the flat bottom on the pattern and how to create a felt piece that fits tightly around an object. Let's start with the measurements of the vase. I'll start with the widest part, which is 43 centimeters. Be sure to write them all down. The base is 29 centimeters. And the height is 20. We could, of course, make it longer so that the felt would go beyond the edge of the vase. I'll think about that and see if I want to add it to the resist later. For now, I'll just draw what I see. Now I need to measure the bottom. It has a diameter of 9 centimeters, which of course I'll divide in half. Okay, I've already drawn my pattern. Here's the sketch I had made for you to compare. So the widest part was 43. That divided by 2 is 21,5 centimeters. The height was 20. The base was 29, so here I have 14,5 centimeters. and the diameter was 9, so I have 4,5 centimeters. And I don't want to add any extras like handles or anything of the sort, so my pattern is ready. Okay, and with that, we have drawn our base pattern. So we have the shape and we have the measurements. Now, if you can remember, this was step number 1. The next steps are, we need to decide on the wool type we want to use. We need to decide on the amount of wool and how many layers we want to apply. We need to decide which type of layout we'd like to do, as well as the fulling methods we want to use. So after we've decided on all that, we can move on to making the sample. Now this is going to be the topic of our next video. And meanwhile, if you don't want to wait until the next video is ready, I have something for you, exactly as I said at the beginning. I have a free mini class that you can download from my website. So I'm going to put the download instructions in the text below this video, so just follow the instructions to download the mini class from my website. Otherwise, you can wait until the next video to see how we go about doing the sample. So if you want to learn more about how to make your own resists, my suggestion is that you apply the tips I gave you in this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.